Welcome back, everybody. We are diving right back into the altcoin LA market update.
Oh, yeah, and what an update it is.
The crypto market's buzzing today, and we're going to unpack why that is.
Lots of action across the board today.
Yeah, but our star of the show today, got to be XRP indeed.
Absolutely. Got to be XRP. That surge is making headlines everywhere.
Now, before we get into that, can you remind everybody, what's XRP all about?
Sure, XRP is the native crypto of Ripple Labs, and they are super focused on cross-border payments.
Okay.
It's all about speed, low costs, and efficiency for moving money globally, especially compared to, the old school ways.
Gotcha. So payments focus, and it's surging. How much are we talking here?
Big time surge. 14.29% jump, putting it at $3.36.
Wow.
But here's the thing. All this is happening while Ripple's still, in that legal battle with the SEC.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's been going on forever.
However.
Right? So doesn't that, don't you think that would scare investors off?
You'd think, right? Regulatory uncertainty, big red flag usually, but XRP's different. It's like, the outlier. That SEC appeal's still going, but investors, they're not shying away.
So what's going on? Why the surge in the face of, this legal drama?
I think it's a couple things. First, Ripple's ODL solutions, the on-demand liquidity, they're using XRP for actual payments, and we're seeing more and more institutions, big ones, adopting them globally.
So it's not just like a theoretical, oh, someday maybe we can use this.
Yeah, oh no.
It's actually being used.
Real-world use cases, proving XRP has value beyond, the speculation game.
Okay.
And then there's the technical side. XRP broke through a key resistance level, that $3 mark.
And can you break that down for folks who, might not be familiar with what a resistance level is?
It's an invisible barrier, right. Traders see it and they hesitate to buy above that price, so it becomes a ceiling. But when XRP smashed through that $3 ceiling, that was huge. It was a massive shift in momentum.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it, because then everybody's just rushing in.
Yeah, everybody's rushing in. FOMO kicks in. You don't want to miss out.
Yeah.
And we see that reflected in the trading volume. It's through the roof. There's a buzz around XRP, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it. And you mentioned there was a next target, something like $4.40.
No, where isn't 40 cents? If this keeps up, it's definitely possible.
Well, that would be something, wouldn't it? So we've talked all about XRP. What about the rest of the market, though?
Yeah, let's dive into the top 20 cryptos by market cap and see what's shaking.
All right, let's see what's happening out there. So XRP's having a big day, but what about, the heavy hitters? Bitcoin, Ethereum, where are they at?
Well, Bitcoin's on the march, steady as ever, heading toward that $100,000.
Oh, yeah.
As of today, $99,565.
So close. But what happens when it hits $100,000? Is that just a psychological thing, or is it something more?
It's definitely a psychological barrier, but also, technically, it's a significant level. Imagine like a dam holding back a flood, you know?
Yeah. Breaking above 100,000 could unleash a wave of new investment, pushing the whole market up.
So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy almost.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, like everybody's watching that number.
Everybody's watching.
And as soon as it breaks through, it's just going to trigger even more buying.
Exactly. It makes headlines, brings in people who haven't even been paying attention to crypto before.
That's wild. So what about Ethereum then? I saw it was down a little bit today.
Yeah, it's at $3,326.67. A little dip, but don't let that fool you. The Ethereum ecosystem, still super active.
Okay, so what's driving that activity if the price is down?
Staking.
Staking.
Staking, it's huge in the Ethereum world right now. Basically, you're locking up your ETH
Okay.
to support the network, and you earn rewards.
Okay.
Think of it like a high-yield savings account.
Gotcha. So you're locking it up for a while, you get some interest on it.
Yeah, and it affects the price because the more ETH locked up, the less available to trade.
Right, supply and demand.
Simple economics, limited supply, high demand, price goes up. It's a long game, but it could be very lucrative for those who stake now.
That's really interesting. So, even though it's down today, staking could lead to future growth.
Exactly. And it's not just about price. Staking makes Ethereum more secure, more decentralized, key factors for long-term success. And speaking of exciting things, we've got some other notable performers in the top 20. Solana, for instance, it's up over 5% today.
Solana, I've been hearing a lot about Solana. What's driving that growth?
Their NFT and DeFi ecosystems are just thriving. It's a hub for innovation.
Really?
Remember those resistance levels we talked about with XRP?
Yeah.
Solana's been breaking through those too.
Wow.
So the sentiment's definitely bullish.
So you think maybe those who missed out on XRP are moving over to Solana?
Could be. And here's a surprise. Litecoin, up over 20%.
Litecoin, really? I thought that was, kind of old news.
You would think, but it's seeing a resurgence, specifically for payments. It's always been that faster, cheaper alternative to Bitcoin for everyday transactions. So back to basics for Litecoin, focusing on its original purpose.
Interesting.
And it's working. Sometimes, that old tech still has its place.
Yeah, if it works, it works.
Especially when it offers real-world utility. And of course, can't forget Cardano. It's up over 6%.
Cardano, always steady, always climbing. What's fueling it this time?
Cardano's got a great community, a really dedicated development team pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
And their latest project, this Hydra scaling solution,
What is that?
it aims to make Cardano transactions way faster, way cheaper,
Love it.
like adding lanes to a highway to handle more traffic,
I like that analogy.
It's a big step towards addressing scalability, which is a major hurdle for blockchains.
Yeah, that makes sense. So better tech, better performance, better price.
You got it. And with all these positive moves, it makes you wonder, is this a blip or are we seeing a shift in the market?
That's the big question, isn't it? What do you think about this altcoin resurgence we're seeing?
What's interesting is it's not just speculation driving it. We're seeing real progress, real innovation behind these gains.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in DeFi and NFTs, those sectors are evolving so fast.
Yeah.
And it's not just the usual suspects. We're seeing cool things happening on Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, all over.
So it's not just a flash in the pan. There's substance to it.
Yeah, there's substance. But, and this is important, it's not all sunshine and roses.
Right.
We still have challenges, big ones.
Well, yeah, you can't talk about crypto without talking about regulation.
You can't. We touched on it with XRP, but that uncertainty hangs over the entire market.
Yeah.
Governments are still figuring this whole thing out,
Still trying to catch up.
And that lack of clarity, it can be a roadblock. For sure.
Definitely. So it's a balancing act, right? We've got this potential, but also this uncertainty.
It is. And it's a lot for investors to think about.
Yeah, definitely. What about stablecoins then? Are they being affected by all of this?
Stablecoins, they're a different beast altogether.
Okay.
They're designed for stability pegged to a fiat currency like the US dollar.
Right.
They're a safe haven from all the volatility, and they're really important in DeFi.
So they don't see the same swings as the rest of the market.
Not really. They're more about providing stability for the whole system to function.
Interesting. So they're kind of like the anchors, keeping everything from going too crazy.
Exactly. They're the anchors.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, lots to unpack here. XRP's surge, Bitcoin's climb, the rise of altcoins, stablecoins, and of course, regulation always looming.
It's a lot to process, but it's exciting too, right? This market's always changing.
It is exciting.
And today's Altcoin Alley market update just gives us a little glimpse of where things could be heading.
Yeah, it feels like, I don't know, a turning point almost.
You've got all this innovation, this growth with the altcoins, but then there's the regulation question mark hanging over everything.
Yeah, it's like watching a tightrope walker.
Oh,
One wrong step and it all comes tumbling down.
that's a good analogy. But even with the risks, there's this optimism,
I feel it too.
Do you think, is this time really different, or are we just headed for another one of those boom and bust cycles?
Well, if we look at crypto's history,
Sure.
we've seen those cycles, right?
Yeah.
But every time it comes back stronger with new ideas, more people using it.
So the dips, they're just part of it.
Part of the process, yeah. Part of a bigger upward trend.
Right.
The tech's always getting better. And more importantly, it's not just about speculation anymore, right?
Yeah.
We're seeing real uses for crypto.
Hmm.
Payments, supply chains, even digital identity.
Yeah.
It's becoming part of the fabric of our digital lives.
Yeah, for sure.
And as that happens, I think it's only natural that the market grows up a bit, matures.
But mature doesn't have to mean boring, right?
Right.
Even those established markets, they can still be volatile.
Absolutely. And volatility. I think that's going to be a part of crypto for a while yet.
Yeah.
It's decentralized, global. It's still relatively new.
Yeah.
So, if you're in it for the long haul,
Yeah.
you got to be ready for the ride, the ups and downs.
Yeah, you got to have your seatbelt fastened, for sure.
But for those who do their research, stay informed, manage those expectations.
Yeah.
Crypto offers a pretty unique opportunity, a chance to be part of something big.
I like that, it's not just about making a quick buck.
Yeah.
It's about being part of like a movement.
A movement, yeah, a technological movement that could change things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why it's important to be curious, to keep learning, to talk about it,
Yeah, yeah. Have these
So
conversations.
if this conversation,
Well, that's a great point to end on, actually, because we've come to the end of our deep dive into this week's Altcoin Alley market update.
time flies when you're having fun.
It really does. It really does. But we covered a lot. XRP surge, Bitcoin's climb, all the altcoin action, stable coins, and of course, the regulation question.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it's exciting stuff,
Yeah.
and hopefully everybody listening got something out of it.
I hope so.
But the conversation doesn't have to end here,
No, it doesn't.
So what are you watching in the market? What excites you about the future of crypto?
What questions are you grappling with?
Share your thoughts, join the conversation, and most importantly, keep those minds working.
Keep on deep diving.
Until next time.